Hey, everybody at Innovative Business Networkers. This is Meet Me Thursday again this week on the Facebook channel. And this week I am joined by Rachel Hollingsworth of Gilmore and Gilmore. Rachel, how are you?
Hi, everyone. Hi, George. Thank you for having me. Doing
Thank you
very
so
well.
much for being on. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So why don't we start? Just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your background.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, my name is Rachel Hollingsworth. I am a real estate attorney here in Danvers with Gilmore and Gilmore. I've been here for about a year now, started in May of 2019. Did not grow up in Massachusetts. I'm a wonderful Alabamian, born and raised. I moved up to Massachusetts in 2011. I had always told my parents I was going to be a Boston attorney, and here I am. So I had a path and I set to it. So yeah.
What drove you? What brought you to Boston from Alabama?
Honestly, I get asked that question all the time.
I'm
I have
sure.
no idea. I was in the fourth grade, and I guess it was just history, and I loved history, and Boston kept coming up in the history books, and so I said, I'm going there.
All right. Yeah, I grew up in Pennsylvania. I didn't grow up here either. So
Yeah.
it's always nice to have a fellow colleague that gets not being from here.
Yeah, I'm definitely the outlier of this state for sure.
So tell us a little more about Gilmore and Gilmore, what you do and what you do for them.
Yeah, so I am an attorney. I'm a newer attorney. There are actually 3 attorneys, myself, and then attorney Rick Gilmore and attorney Dick Gilmore, who founded the firm. And then we have 6 paralegals. So when I started, I was actually at a business development role before this. And so I came on to kind of grow my own business and learn the law through Rick and his experience. He has 20 years experience. And then with his dad, who has about 50 years experience this year. So I came on to learn the ropes from them and then grow the business as well. So when I first came on, it was just the 2 attorneys and then 2 or 3 paralegals, and we've kind of doubled in size and doubled and tripled in business. So things are good. Things are growing, and it's good.
That's good. And what made you follow or go into law as opposed to some other profession?
Yeah, I don't know. It was literally just a childhood dream. I wanted to be, when I was little, I was going to be the next Boston prosecutor. I loved criminal law, absolutely, could do it all day long. And then I got out of law school and I started doing stuff with the DA's office, but unfortunately, with my student loans being all the way up here and the pay of a DA all the way down here, I never saw me being able to live a fulfilling life and do the things that I wanted to do. And so I actually switched sides and did criminal defense, and I was at a general practice law firm, and I was doing criminal defense, and I got a hold of some real estate transactions. And as you can imagine, criminal is a little bit more intense and a little sad, whereas real estate was very, very happy. People are coming in, they're buying a house, getting married, planning their future, having babies, and it was just a more fitting role for me and my personality as opposed to sitting with criminals and victims all day long. So that's where I decided to change paths.
Okay. What would you say makes your service offering, or maybe Gilmore and Gilmore service offering, unique?
Yeah, I don't know if we offer any sort of unique services. There's so many real estate attorneys out there, and we literally all do the same thing. I think it's more about, the service that we provide to our clients and the communication that we have and wonderful staff that we have that, they don't sleep at night if the job's not done. I think we have a wonderful team, and we all work together, and we all want to grow together, and we all have the same morals and values. And so I don't think that we offer service per se that's over the top or, that's better than any other attorney out there. I think it's just the way in which we conduct ourselves and, the reputation that both Rick and Dick Gilmore have built for this firm and within the community for sure.
Okay, yeah, I know a lot of the staff over there. You guys are great. It's always a fun time to be in the office and, joke around with everyone. It's a
Yeah,
really
you
good
never know
team.
what you're going to get when you walk in.
The group is really focused on helping people build their business. So I'd love to hear from you, especially through COVID. We've been talking to all of our guests through this. You mentioned that your business has really grown, in the past year. So what is the market like today? What is business like today? Are there things that you can really attribute to that growth? And then really a follow-up to that is, what are the types of things that you're doing to market Gilmore and Gilmore and yourself?
Yeah, so it definitely impacted our business for like 5 minutes. It was, we all went into a panic real quick about, here's COVID and what's happening. And then honestly, the next week business was still going. People still need to buy, people still need to sell. Unfortunately, deaths happen and it forces people to have to, sell properties. Divorce happens and people are selling properties. And people are outgrowing their homes, people are downsizing. So there's all sorts of reasons for people constantly buying and selling. And then, also with the incredible low interest rates, we have seen just a huge impact with the refis, and that has grown our business tremendously. But being able to get in those refis and then we're establishing a relationship with the client, then we can provide estate planning services for that. And then we also work closely with the lenders who we get those refis from. They see that we do a great job and they want to continue to work with us. So, I think our work speaks for itself, and that's what I think helps grow our business. I don't really market our business that much. I came on to Gilmore and Gilmore because I was so impressed that there was no social media presence, and they do so much business. But after I came on, I see why. There's a lot of dedicated employees who really care about making sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed before, any final closings happen or anything. So, we don't market, but now we're starting to get into a position to where we do market ourselves through some of the social media outlets. Not very well, because some of us are not tech savvy, but we are trying. I'd rather read the manuals on the computers than try to figure out how to launch social media stuff. So,
So switching to some more for business or personal focused questions, what would you say you attribute your success to?
I have to be lame here, and I have to say my mom. My mom, she definitely has set me down the right path, and my dad as well. My dad was a very strict person who always, set goals, and I always had to achieve goals. And so I've always been a very goal-oriented person at a very, very small age. But I also got the confidence from my mom, who always, told me that whatever I set my mind to, I do, and don't give up. And, I set my mind in fourth grade to become an attorney, and, I wasn't allowed to give up on those dreams. And so I have to say that my parents played a big role in that. But then also having like a tribe of friends behind me that, support my business and who can say, hey, you know what, here's something that needs to be tweaked within your business, and they see the room for growth. And in a kind gesture, they want to help me grow my business and grow me personally. So I have to attribute, to the people that I work with and the friends that I've made throughout this industry. And then, on top of that, our support staff is huge. There's no way that we would be where we are today without the loyalty that we have with, Kristen Tybert and Kathy Dunn and Delina and a couple of others that have been here for the long haul. So there's so many people that play a huge impact into my success.
Excellent. So if you had a piece of advice that for someone that was going into business today, and it may be, they may be going into the legal field or maybe going into, something totally unrelated, what piece of advice would you give them?
Yeah, I think no matter what you go into, I have to say, don't give up. There are days where, it's hell. There are days where you want to quit, you want to pull your hair out, you want to just say, I'm not working with this client, I'm not working with this referral partner. But at the end of the day, you had a dream and you've gotten to that dream. And I think the most successful people continue on no matter how hard it gets and no matter what's thrown at them. You just have to keep going and you just can't give up no matter what's happening in your personal life, no matter what's happening business-wise. You have a vision and you just have to stick to it.
Yeah, I've learned a couple of things in doing these, and talking to anyone who's successful in business, I think you find out really quickly that perseverance and a positive attitude are just huge attributors to anyone's success.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the people that you align yourself with, if you align yourself with people who are constantly bringing you down and finding the negatives in every situation, absolutely, you'll never grow and you will never see the vision that you're trying to accomplish. But if you set yourself with positive people who have the same morals and values and vision that you have, you'll absolutely get there.
Okay, Rachel, if you had unlimited resources, you can do anything in the world that you wanted to do, be it professional, personal, what would it be?
So people are going to think I'm so boring in answering this question. I literally would be doing the same thing that I do day in, day out. I don't know, and I guess because it's so hard to fathom having an unlimited amount of income. I love what I do, and I love being able to get a phone call from a frantic client that, they're buying a house and this is their biggest investment and they have no idea how to protect it. They have no idea how this is supposed to go. And so I think if I were doing anything else, I would be doing a disservice to myself and a disservice to the potential clients that are out there waiting, for us to meet. So I don't think I'd be doing anything else.
That's really great to hear. You very rarely get an answer like that. It's the fact that you found something that you're lucky that you love. I think it's great. Really, really great. All right. So the last question that I ask everyone, and it's always my favorite, what is your superpower?
So it's funny that you asked this question because I do have a business coach and she had asked me the same thing. And I said, I don't know what my superpower is. I have no idea. I said, I feel like my clothes and my shoes are like the outfit of a superhero. You put on that pair of shoes that you just love and that outfit and it's like you can conquer the world. And she's like, you're not answering the question. And so I said, I'm going to come back to you. And I ended up asking my paralegals and I said, what do you think my superpower is? If you had to say one thing, and they said, it's about your operational management skills and your ability to put in systems into play. Even if you don't really know the full plan of what we're doing, you're able to put in systems to make things run smoother, to make a smoother transaction, or to eliminate steps that are so unnecessary or redundant. So I guess my superpower would be the wonderful systems that I come up with. And then I guess my cape is my shoes and my outfits that I wear every day. I do love
All right, Rachel. Well, thank you again for coming on. Why don't you take a minute and just let everybody know how they can find you and how they can find Gilmore & Gilmore.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm at Gilmore & Gilmore, which is in Danvers. Our physical office is 19 Cherry Street. My email, best way to reach me is my email or my cell phone, and it's Rachel, Rachel, at gilmore.com. And then my cell phone, which is constantly glued to me, is 251-753-5393. So thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you asking me.
Thank you, Rachel. I really appreciate you coming on and taking the time today, and look forward to talking to you more in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everyone else out there at Innovative Business Networkers, have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Bye.